on a second. So you're really telling me that you're leaving your house to go on a coffee date? And you're trying to convince me that that is a real date. That's not a real date. That's a vibe check. He's not being intentional, and that is not investment. And if that is how you're starting off with that man, it's not going anywhere. And I don't need to be psychic to tell you that. It's going nowhere. Because in the beginning, if a man is not trying to impress you, he doesn't care enough. Okay? He does not give an F. What are you doing? It's 2025. Raise those standards, baby. Raise them. Okay?
Here's why I think coffee dates work against you as a man. Okay? Hear me out. Now, I'm talking about my demographic. As you get older, maybe this is different. However, oftentimes attraction isn't there from the very beginning. And what's very important is for you to set the scene. Okay? And what happens with coffee is, in my opinion anyway, I think coffee is like an interview. Coffee is something that my 90-year-old grandmother would maybe go do. If you're going to do something like this, I highly suggest doing drinks, because drinks are fun. You go in the evening, there's some nice ambiance, you can get some cute cocktails, you're setting the scene, a sexy scene, if you will. Coffee, not sexy. Not at all. So, I just think this doesn't work in your favor at all. It's a date that you can literally do with your coworkers or with your dog. I just think it doesn't work in your favor.
When I hear women talk about how coffee dates are low effort because the man doesn't know if he wants to pursue you, so that's why he's taking you for coffee, I chuckle because he doesn't know you yet. Of course he doesn't know if he wants to pursue you. He's never met you, talked to you. Unless he's known you in social circles or online, he doesn't know you. So why would you expect a 5-star experience on your very first date? Now, you can date however you want to date. But most of the married couples that I interact with, including myself and my husband, we were very low chill. Me and my husband went for pizza. If you guys, my story's on my YouTube channel. And now we go to very nice restaurants and spend a bag. It's this misconception that if I don't make a man spend X, Y, and Z on me, then that means he's going to be low effort our whole marriage. No. Think about it like this. A man who has acquired, a lot of resources, he's not going to squander it on just any woman. Most of the time when you hear a man going above and beyond for a woman, it's most likely he's watched her at work for a while, and so he wants to get to know her, or watched her in the social scene or whatever, or followed her online, so he might be trying to impress her. Again, somebody he already knows or already has some sort of, I forgot the word, but y'all know what I'm talking about, proximity to. Or he really just doesn't care because that's his vibe, or he love bombs. Most of the marriages that I know that are thriving, their first date, very chill. Wasn't too much rah-rah, and now they get treated like queens. Now they get treated like princesses. I highly encourage my girls, the women that listen to me, the women that rock with me, to stop thinking that if I set a high price tag for myself, that means my standards are high. If a man knows he can buy you, your standards are on the floor. What men care about is high standards of self-respect, respect, and boundaries. Your exclusivity, how you carry yourself, what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do. Not how much it cost for him to get you. And another thing is, you guys have to stop comparing y'allselves and y'all's beginning stages of a relationship with people who have been married and together for years. You guys will see married women or women who have been in a relationship, or celebrities, being treated really nice and doing all these nice things and being like, see, I need a man that's gonna do that for me. Y'all, they've been together. He wants her and pursues her that way and does for her because that's his woman, his woman, his woman. That's her man, her man, her man. Y'all, these are strangers. I need y'all to really think about strangers. And again, if a man has acquired these resources, he's not going to just squander them on a pretty face or just anyone. They don't do that. So you can have the standards wherever you want them. You can have them high as the sky when it comes to value and money and where a man takes you. That's your prerogative, your thing. But most of the time when I hear women talk like that, they're always single. And I don't shame single women. I think singleness is a beautiful season that you can be in. And when I talk to married women, most of the time, their first dates were just regular. And now they get treated like princesses. So it's up to you. I think delayed gratification in that area, and you can see over time, it doesn't take that long. I'm not telling you that you should be going on coffee dates or low effort dates forever. No. But the very first date, when you don't know him, he don't know you, I don't think it's that deep. Just go see if you like the man. Your value does not lie in how much he spent. Let me say it again for the women in the back. Your value does not lie on how much he spent. He can spend a bag on you and still not care about you. He can drop 10 racks in your lap and still leave you right where you at after he hits. That does not mean anything. I've said it before and I'll say it again. How much a man spends on you on a first date does not matter. It's his intention and what he plans to do after the date that matters. But y'all do what y'all want to do.
I really hate that this discussion about coffee dates comes up so often because coffee dates are men's way of seeing if it's going to cost them only $7 to have sex with you. What is not clicking yet, ladies? All of these low cost, low investment dates from men are men trying to see how cheap your kitty cat is. These men are not taking y'all for coffee because it's a better date and then they can see, how y'all interact over a cup of joe and then go on your separate ways. They are offering and taking y'all on coffee dates because the hope is that it only costs them less than $10 to get in them draws. And that is why when a lot of them actually do take a woman on a dinner date, a proper dinner date, they immediately expect sex afterward. They don't really want to get to know y'all. It's about finding the cheapest way to access 1, sex, and 2, feminine energy, and that is it. And they are so obvious about that. So I'm wondering, why are we having these conversations again and again and again? Coffee date, $8 cookie. Dinner date, $40 cookie. Y'all are really still going out into the world thinking that these men want to get to know you and want to love you. I'm grateful that there are still so many of you willing to risk your safety for a shot at love, but please be for real. Some women know and feel that they have more value than a cup of coffee, and that is okay. All of these arguments back and forth lie in the fact that y'all still believe these men want to love you and value you, and they really don't.
When a man says,
I prefer coffee for first dates,
here are 3 ways to respond to let him know you're an experience, not an errand. Be sure to save this now to your favorites folder so you don't lose it. All right, let's get into it. When a man invites you out for a coffee date, he is testing the waters. We don't do test runs, we set standards. So here's how to sashay past that low effort invitation with charm, wit, and a touch of sassy wisdom. My personal specialty. Okay, let's get into it. Number 3. Oh, coffee? I only drink that after dinner. I don't care if he met you in a coffee shop. Number 2. Thanks for asking, but my time is too rich for coffee breaks. I prefer a man with a little more intention. And for those of you that are taking notes right now, save yourself the trouble. All of these responses are in my ebook, The Subtle Art of Texting. It's linked in my bio. And finally, number 1. I prefer a setting that my little black dress would thrive in. Don't you? A man's first invitation usually reveals his intentions towards you. I say usually because some men default to coffee dates because many women feel safer that way. But most men default to them because they're just optimizing for quantity over quality, investing the least amount of time for the most amount of options.
What's your ideal first date?
I don't do no coffee dates because I just don't think it shows effort into getting to know someone. It's kind of like wasting time at that point because that could be a second date, but the first date I think it should be more proper, more formal, and then from there you can see if you want to go on a more casual date.
Do you think going out to dinner is too much for a first date, or is that?
No, I don't think so. Okay. Lunch, drinks, appetizers at a bar. It doesn't have to be so serious, but I want you dressed nice.
If a man asks you out on a coffee date, charge him $500. As a divorce lawyer, let me tell you why. Coffee is for colleagues. Coffee is not for courting. Would that man ask Margot Robbie out on a coffee date? When a man asks you out on a coffee date, what he's really saying is, I want your time, your energy, your presence at the lowest possible cost to me. Coffee is cheap. Coffee is convenient. Coffee takes zero effort. And yet your time is not cheap. Your presence is not convenient. And your energy is not effortless. It's valuable. I've seen women pour hours of their lives into men who never invested more than the price of a latte. They call it getting to know you, but really it's about seeing how much they can get without giving. And the problem is, too many women accept it. The standard you set on the first date is the one you'll be judged by the whole relationship. Men who are serious don't ask you for the bare minimum. They plan, they invest, they create experiences because they understand that your time is worth more than $6 and an awkward conversation over burnt espresso. I tell my clients this all the time. You don't need grand gestures, but you do need effort. Because a man who won't invest in you at the beginning will definitely not invest in you when life gets hard. If he cuts corners on courting, he'll cut corners in marriage. If a man asks you out for coffee, send him an invoice. Charge him $500 because that's closer to the real value of your time, your energy, and your presence.